Delfeayo Marsalis. I'm here with the Uptown Jazz Orchestra in New Orleans. We're looking forward to hitting that Niagara Jazz Festival July 18th. We will see you there. In fact, I think I hear the trumpets calling. What y'all got? Hey!
Wow. Say what? I hope you could hear that loud and clear. Delfeayo Marsalis and the Uptown Jazz Orchestra coming to you tomorrow for our TD Niagara Jazz Festival's Niagara's online summer Mardi Gras, and we are so excited. So very excited. So before we get started this evening, we have a brand new slide here with some sound tips. So check this out. Yeah, because every device is different. So, and in fact, I like to go one ear on, one ear off. That's much better. My name's Juliette Dunn. I am so thrilled to be here. My voice is a little ragged this evening because I've been running around organizing our Niagara's online summer Mardi Gras, which is happening tomorrow. We're going to be live streaming for 8 hours. Craziness from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. We'll tell you more about it later on, but we're going between New Orleans and Niagara. We've got virtual parades. Our goal is to have you celebrate with us, but safely. So you're going to do it at home. If you want to know what to cook, what to drink, how to dance, what to dress, go onto our social media, YouTube, Facebook at Jazz Niagara. We have a whole bunch of great sessions that were lined up with our special guest this evening, Christopher Butcher, because he's been our correspondent in New Orleans. And yeah, we've been doing those for 9 weeks on Tuesdays, so you can get all caught up. You can binge watch our Mardi Gras sessions tonight, and then you'll be ready to go tomorrow. And also, if you're here in Niagara, we have a partnership with Grantham House, and so you can actually order your food and drinks, and you don't have to do anything, just sit back and relax. So it's going to be a great day. We've got a lot to do still to prep for it, but we're so excited. It's very, very exciting what's going on. And we can only do this because I spoke to a journalist, it was Timothy Taylor, Niagara This Week, and he was doing an article about live streaming, and he says, well, how can you afford to do this? Well, because we have sponsors and funders. So we have, in regards to our major sponsors is TD, of course, because they're our title sponsor, and then we have Ontario Creates, the City of St. Catharines, the Niagara Community Foundation, Town of Niagara-on-the-Lake on the funding side. And we have some very nice sponsors who have come on board. And this evening, we have a sponsor who's been with us for a couple of years now, and he sponsored several events, and he sponsored a show a couple of weeks ago, and he's our sponsor for this evening. And it's Mike Sullivan of Sullivan Planning, excuse me. And I'm going to bring Mike on, if all goes well with this technology. Here we go. Yes! Mike, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Juliette.
And we can hear you. And let me put up our brand here. This is so great. That's the best part. I can hear you. You can hear me. We're good. Thank you so much for sponsoring us this show this evening.
My pleasure. It's great to be associated with TD Niagara Jazz Festival.
Well, thank you so much. This is the third time you've sponsored an event with us, so thanks for that.
And not the last. I might note that.
Thank you, thank you. And what is it about the festival or jazz or music that kind of makes you want to sponsor?
I simply love jazz. It's as simple as that. I get tired of top 40 radio. I listen to CBC a bit, but jazz just lifts the soul. I'm a singer. That's what I do as a hobby, and just love the jazz.
So great. So when you sing, do you sing mainly jazz tunes or a little bit of everything?
Actually, I'm a barbershopper by background.
Oh, you did tell me that. So okay, that's interesting. So non-COVID, how many gigs would you have? You know, there's like pre-COVID and post-COVID, but how many gigs would you have in a non-COVID world normally with your barbershop?
Well, I sang with a chorus, a group of 85 guys out of Hamilton. That's what I did, and
So
we
it's
would
not a quartet.
no,
Wow.
no. So there's quartets and there's choruses, or
Right.
people would know them as choirs.
Yeah.
And we had 85 guys, which is a large group, and just enjoyed. We'd probably sing half dozen, 10 times per year. It was a lot of fun.
Wow. And when was the last one that you did?
I actually did a virtual choir. It was called Insta Choir, and it was doing "O Canada," released on July 1st.
We saw that. It's phenomenal. And with Jordan Travis.
Yep, he's my director.
Oh my gosh, what a small world. So how many of you were in that one?
300 plus around the world.
So okay, so because we had wanted Jordan to work, we have a partnership with InstaChoir, but we just had a lot on our plate, and we didn't have enough time to get you guys in. Because how long did that video take to do?
Well, I learned "O Canada" pretty quickly, although it's not the I guess the arrangement, the notes that everybody is aware of. Like I had to sing. I sing bass. I sing the lowest, so I had to learn all new notes to that, which was the challenge.
Wow. Actually, you know what? I wonder, you know what I'm going to try and do? Bonnie's going to poke me to remind me. At the end of the show, I might have to check with Jordan, but I almost feel like we should just play that version. But I better check first so I don't get in trouble, because it's stunning.
It is. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think he'd be thrilled if you played it.
Okay, so I might do it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play it at the end of the show. And if I get in trouble, we can edit it and cut it out.
There you go. I like that.
Okay, so Bonnie, please poke me to do that, because, yeah, what a connection. Fantastic. So I guess, yeah, really, you guys are going to be doing stuff virtually for a while, right? No choir rehearsals per se for a bit.
So what I've read is that choir singing is one of the highest risk activities. So I have no idea when it's coming back.
Shoot, yeah. That's tough, right? Like just before COVID struck, we started a thing called Jazzioke Sing Along Sundays. So we kind of had live karaoke. But of course, you're passing a mic, so not so good. Yeah, and of course, choirs, same thing. Well, let's hope we can find other ways to adapt, and that things open up and we just do it safely, and we can go from there. Well, thanks again for sponsoring. We're going to put up your slide with your contact info. And at the end of the show, we're going to play the O Canada version by InstaChoir that you're in. That's very cool.
Look forward to it.
Thanks so much, Mike, and enjoy the show.
Thanks.
Yeah. So let me just get Mike's banner up here. So that, once again, everyone, is Mike Sullivan of Sullivan Planning. And there's his slide with his contact info. And I'm back. So thanks again to Mike Sullivan of Sullivan Planning. And if you're just joining us, Juliette Dunn here on behalf of the TD Niagara Jazz Festival. This is our live stream Love Jazz series. Bonnie's going to correct me. I feel like it's session 36. We've done so many, my head's spinning. And then tomorrow, of course, we have our Niagara's online Summer Mardi Gras. Now, what we've been doing are these Niagara Mardi Gras sessions, and our contact in New Orleans is Christopher Butcher. Christopher Butcher leads the Heavyweights Brass Band. We've been working with Christopher and his band for many years, even before the festival, and the festival's in year 7, so I'm going to say probably 9 years. And he is such a great guy. We love Christopher, and he set us up with some great people in New Orleans, above and beyond what we expected we'd be doing with these sessions. Because of COVID, we just kind of decided to kind of innovate, and it's been spectacular. We've done 9 Mardi Gras sessions on Tuesdays, which you can always see on our Facebook and YouTube channels. And we thought, well, wouldn't it be perfect to bring Christopher back to do the Friday before our online Mardi Gras? And that's exactly what we're doing this evening. Christopher plays the trombone. And he moved to Toronto in his early 20s, and he's been playing with so many amazing performers like Hilario Duran, Kevin Breit, Archie, Alleyne, and more. And he's also recorded and played with Quincy Jones, the New Orleans Jazz Orchestra, the Treme Brass Band, Delfeayo Marsalis, and the Uptown Jazz Orchestra, who are also going to be in our Niagara Summer Mardi Gras tomorrow. and many, many more. He's got so many stories to tell you. He's going to be on trombone this evening, of course, and accompanied by Ryan Hansler on piano. So let me bring on our special guests for this evening, and here they are, live from New Orleans.
We're here. You hear us all?
Can you hear
Juliet?
me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
It's almost
I
like
can
it's
hear
coming,
you, and you're...
It's almost like it's coming from a recording studio.
I love this technology. So here you guys see, we were just talking before, we're crossing the borders. We know the borders are closed, but we're crossing the borders. And that's what it's all about, keep the music alive, keep us all connected. And we're so thrilled to have you.
Hey, I'm thrilled to be here. It was nice to hear you buttering me up before we went on. Can I ask you a question, Juliet?
You absolutely can, yeah.
What's been your favorite segment of your series so far?
So that's a great question. So are you talking about the Mardi Gras sessions, which there were 9, or are you talking about the LIVEstream.LOVE.JAZZ series, which I think Bonnie's gonna post it for me. I think we're number 36 tonight.
You could pick from either.
Okay, I might give you both. And I'm seeing backstage Bonnie giving me a thumbs up. My goodness. So with the sessions, so we started out with you and Windex Pete in the deserted streets of New Orleans. And by the way, if you haven't seen these sessions, guys, they're free. They're still on they'll stay up forever. So you can check out Facebook and YouTube channels, Jazz Niagara. So the first one was you and Windex Pete. And that was quite haunting because we were early in COVID. This is 9 weeks ago. And the part that really got me was that the streets were empty and you guys were on your bikes and filming. So that was really special, learning about the history of New Orleans and seeing you guys, and then Windex Pete, who's quite a feature. And I might not do them in order, but then making a mask from stuff at home, and that was from Austin. That was really special because she was going to do a New Orleans Mardi Gras based wedding, and it got canceled like most things. We've had and Dr. Bryce Miller. That one was really special, because it was programmed for a Tuesday, of course, because they all were, but it was Blackout Tuesday, so we moved it. And his was all about fashion, but you hooked us up with Dr. Bryce Miller, and for those who don't know, that whole connection has turned into Dr. Bryce Miller hiring all of the bands that we're bringing up from New Orleans, and he was much more than just well-dressed, and we ended up talking more about just Black culture and New Orleans and jazz, and that was a really special one, right? It was the day after Blackout Tuesday. They've all been so special with Pamela Pierre Brown. Yeah. Right? So you bring in, again, what I found, Christopher, is everybody you've hooked us up with, and maybe this is just a New Orleans thing, they come in with one agenda, like, okay, you're doing the one about cooking, you're doing the one about cocktails, like Davis Rogan and Stephanie the other day, or Pamela Pierre Brown, but everybody's connected to music and so much more. So each show's been kind of like, we're going to talk about this, and then we talk about this.
I mean, you just can't. I mean, the culture of the city, you can't avoid it. Like, you don't come here if you don't like music, Go somewhere else. Quite often I'm doing a recording session in here, and a second line rolls by. We're right very close to the Charbonnet funeral home on both sides. So
yeah,
what can you do? You're in a recording session, but you might as well step out and take it in. And
yeah,
I'm very glad that we connected on this project and that we can show people around the world, because it's online,
Yep.
but particularly of one of the prettiest parts of one of the most beautiful countries in the entire world, the Niagara region, St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Some of this, and it's a different thing. And hopefully when the situation has settled down a little bit, you guys can come down here again, and we can have some people from the Niagara region. Yeah, it's beautiful to check this out. And this is the best thing to do while you're at home. But come down, stay nearby, go check out some music. So you don't mind if we kick off some music for you?
We would love that. I'm going to get out of your way. I'll see you at the end of the show. Ryan, thanks again for gracing us with your piano skills. And Chris, we're really looking forward to this.
Beautiful. Ryan's going to hit you with a lot of... Hold up.
Oh, yeah.
This is a toast. No, Ryan, pull that up.
Oh.
This is a toast Ryan may not know this, but the Niagara region, most southern part of Canada, is known for its wine. Unfortunately, this isn't a Niagara blend. Next time, we're gonna have to connect with Juliet on.
We'll hook you up. We'll hook you
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna do it next time. But you're at home. Enjoy a beverage if you
Yeah,
care to.
absolutely. And nobody's driving, so it's all safe. Have a great show, guys. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Sing it. No, it ain't my fault. No, it ain't my fault. No, it ain't my fault. You name it, I claim it. It ain't my fault. No, it ain't my fault. No, it ain't my fault. No, it ain't my fault. You name it, I'll claim it. It ain't my fault. ain't my fault. No, it ain't my fault. No, it ain't Ryan's fault. You name it, I'll claim it. It ain't my fault. Y'all enjoy that out there?
Yes.
Can't hear you. Now we're hearing you, Juliet.
Yeah. Bonnie's clapping back there too.
Cool. So I always like to kick it off with a tune from New Orleans. That's one of my favorites. That was written by Smokey Johnson, who was of this neighborhood. We're coming at you from the Treme, from the 6th Ward in New Orleans, and we have to take note that it was the first African-American neighborhood in what became the United States. We're around the corner from Congo Square, which without a doubt gave us this music, or was a precursor to jazz and Black American music that came from there. And yeah, apparently Smokey is from this neighborhood. We've had his son record here. I've met many of his relatives, but we always like to kick it off with a tune of his. I think we're going to keep things rolling with a tune. I have a favorite, one of my favorite pianists. Nothing against Ryan, he's a great one as well. But one of my favorite pianist, composers, and jazz artists is Thelonious Sphere Monk.
Couldn't agree more.
Ryan agrees. Beautiful. So I always like to play a tune or two of his, and we're going to play a tune that he wrote for the river that we're at the mouth of. That's the Breit. The tune is entitled Breit, Mississippi, and that's, of course, the Mississippi River. So we're gonna Ryan sounds so good kicking him off. We're gonna let him kick this one off too, I think. Yeah. Right around here. Let's hear for the great Ryan Hansler on the keyboards. Thank you, sir. We saw a comment from Mark Lapowich over there. Thank you, Mark. You know, we might play a New Orleans traditional tune that the heavyweights would play. We're gonna keep things rolling. I'm feeling a ballad right now because I want to kind of change.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah. Do you know what I would rather play? Is Body and Soul.
Oh, God, I haven't played that in ages. Yeah, let's do it.
I haven't. Neither of us have played it in ages, so.
It used to be a staple in every gig, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hansler. How you doing, Juliet?
Great. Can you hear? Oh, there it goes.
I can
The
hear you
headbuds.
perfect when I put my earbuds in.
Oh,
Ryan's
body and soul.
apologizing for taking 2 choruses, but he
Oh.
sounded so good. Well,
It's all good.
Ryan, you shouldn't be getting Canadian on us. You don't need to be apologizing.
No saying sorry. That's right.
Less sorries.
Less sorry.
Juliet, I want to say thank you for having us here. We're excited
Absolutely.
to, I mean, it's nice to get to share some music. It's nice to get together and make some vibrations and share those with people a little further north. And I got to give a shout out to Ontario and Niagara and Toronto and
Thank
St.
you.
Catharines. And it's always, I was back there. Last tour I did was February with the New Orleans Jazz Orchestra, and we got up
Yes.
to St. Catharines. And we're there with you. We're safe down here.
Yeah.
Currently, and
It's good.
I do want to say we got a tip jar for the band, so I know you're
Yes.
thinking, hey, this is free and this is so good, and
It is so good.
and so I think they can put that. They're putting it on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's paypal.me/butchermusiccad Canadian dollars.
Yes.
To set up the, so I'm a Canadian citizen. I was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I lived there. I lived in Edmonton, outside of Edmonton, Alberta. I lived in Toronto for 10 years. And I moved down here in 2017. And so we still got that Canadian PayPal, so I don't think you need to take a hit. And if you're enjoying it, send $1, send 2, send 5, a loony, toonie, 5, 10, 20.
100.
100. We don't discriminate. 1,000.
Right?
We'll put it out there.
Yeah.
But that's paypal.me/butchermusiccad Canadian dollar. So if you're
Nice.
enjoying it, head over there. And it's not mandatory, but it is of course appreciated.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially in these times. Like, Christopher, regularly, how many gigs would you be performing per week? Just to give the peeps an idea.
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, the thing about New Orleans is, quite often half the gigs I do, I find out the day before. Or sometimes I'll be at the grocery store and you'll get a, "Where are you?" What do you mean, where are you? And Ryan, I think Ryan's got a story over here. He's going to come over to this.
Oh, yeah. Ryan. Hey, cool.
Just real quick, I remember my first week in New Orleans. I was fortunate enough to already know people when I moved here, and I get a call from a great trumpet player, Ashland Parker, and he says, he calls me at 4:58. He goes, "Hey bro, where you at? Gig starts in 2 minutes. I need you down here." That was I wasn't late. I didn't know about the gig. That was the notice.
Did you do the gig, Ryan? You did the gig.
He did do the gig, and then
I did the gig.
I believe Ashton's
Sweet.
next line was like, "So you coming or not?" I've got that same one. I'm at the grocery store, and
I love it. I love it.
different vibe. When I was up in Toronto, every gig I did, I knew about approximately 3.5 months in advance.
Hello.
And-
Contract in hand.
Yeah, if it got canceled, I knew 2.5 months in advance.
Yeah.
I can't imagine getting called for a gig like, "No, the gig's right now."
And I was
There's a part of that I really like, though.
I was late,
Yeah.
and I was in trouble.
So it's a different vibe, but we play
Yeah.
a lot. There's music everywhere. I mean, I would be there. It goes with the seasons.
Yeah.
There's on a Saturday, it might be normal for me to have 3 gigs. That's not that
Wow.
abnormal. I had a Saturday brunch gig, and then quite often I would do another Frenchman Street gig, and then I would do a wedding gig. That was, I mean, not every Saturday, but every second or third Saturday.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would, maybe I'd have 5 gigs a week, on the slower kind of side. And, you get during Jazz Fest, and it's like you might have 3 gigs at Jazz Fest in an afternoon, and then you might have 2 gigs after that night. And I
Wow.
got the studio here, so quite often I was, doing a session here and running to a gig. I feel
Yeah.
grateful to still have the studio because we're, making
You
music
can still
in
do
here.
that.
We're doing
Yeah.
live streams, and we're mixing, mixing for people in New York and tracking for a dude in
Cool.
California. And I mean, one positive thing about the whole situation is a lot of New Orleans cats are getting microphones and getting audio interfaces. And Ryan's gonna
Yes.
have one soon, so
Oh,
he can record.
yeah. He's going to get lots of gigs, lots of
So
gigs.
he can record piano from home. So it's a
Yes.
there are positives. We can't always look at the negative. We get to hopefully spend more time with the ones we love, and
Yeah.
we get to love them a little more, or find a way, and appreciative of every gig.
That's right.
And I'm glad that I likely wouldn't be playing for y'all in Niagara right this minute if it wasn't for this situation.
Right.
So, again, we're grateful, and we're grateful that people like you are finding, we can either be sad about it, that's an option, or we can find a means. So
That's right. Well, absolutely. And I was speaking with a journalist the other day and saying, there's definitely a silver lining with COVID, because this relationship, having you as a correspondent in New Orleans and what it's grown into, meeting Dr. Bryce Miller, who's backstage, by the way, who I'm going to bring in right now, it's just kind of grown into this relationship between us here in Niagara, you guys in New Orleans. And it's pretty magical, I must say. So let's bring on Dr. Bryce Miller. Here he is. There he is. Hello.
Bryce, we were expecting you over here. I think your mic might be muted.
Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. Let me unmute it. Wait.
Yeah, 1 second, Bryce. She's just Juliet's unmuting your mic.
And if not, I think Bonnie and I are trying to do it at the same time. Oh, they chose to move okay, he has to do it on his end.
So, Bryce, can you hear me? If you can hear me, you got to unmute yourself there.
Gotta unmute.
Can you hear me? There
Hey,
we go.
yes.
Yes.
Dr. Bryce Miller, welcome.
Bryce, we're expecting to have you over for a tune.
Yeah, where are you? He's in Hawaii. That's a nice garden.
Little Jamaica. It's called Little Jamaica. So I'm at Little Jamaica. I had to do some yard work for the kids. So I'm sorry I couldn't come to do a tune, but it's like I'm so behind. I've been spending so much time working, trying to get New Orleans up to Canada for tomorrow.
I know.
I am totally behind on all of my housework, especially my yard work, and I'm very proud of my yard and my garden and stuff. So I had to spend some time with nature. But I look forward to being with you guys tomorrow. And Juliet, I heard everything you guys just said, everything that Chris just said. And I want to also say thank you guys so much for just allowing us to create this relationship with you all. And like all things, I also agree that COVID has, it's been a bummer in many, many ways, but at the same time, again, it's created opportunities, it's created new relationships, it's created ways of us to communicate and meet folk and just share ourselves and our talents in ways that honestly, before this thing, we would have never even thought about doing, in terms of for instance, last night, there's a group of that works with injured soldiers up in Canada that I met the gentleman in New Orleans. And again, when we were traveling in February, and he asked me to do a DJ set for them. So last night I did a 15-minute DJ set, that I streamed up to Canada. And honestly, before this COVID thing, I would have never even thought of doing any of this kind of stuff. So thank you guys for being willing to push the envelope, and again, I'm just looking so forward. Man, look at that shirt that Chris has on, man. Chris is all decked out.
He's ready to go.
I left my Crocs in the other room, and I had to put pants on for this Zoom. We felt we couldn't do this new belting up.
He's all fashionable.
He's looking styling. Yeah. No, that it's really great, this relationship, and we're just thrilled with getting to know you, Chris connecting us all, and all of this coming together. I can't even believe Peter, my husband Peter's always said, New Orleans of the North, let's do it, and then it just kind of that's what we're trying to do, and it's so great to bring your rich culture up here. And then what's going to be beautiful is when that border finally opens, there's going to be such anticipation, right? it's like, oh my gosh, it's like the teaser, like, this is great. And then the border's going to open and you guys are going to come up for real. And it's just going to be like,
Yeah.
ooh. Yeah, it's going to be really great. And it's already really great. So it's just a nice kind of segue and teaser. So thank you.
Well, we're definitely excited, and I don't know how much you guys have talked about it, but I'm excited to see Delfeayo Marsalis and Uptown Jazz Orchestra swinging with you guys tomorrow. I'm excited to see Eser Mueller's Twisted Dixie swinging with you guys.
Yeah.
Be sure to let your guests know that when it's time for Twisted Dixie to stream, that they drink, because you got to enjoy the stories between the songs.
Okay, good.
And then and of course, we're also excited to have Panorama performing also. So, man, that's a beautiful lineup. That's a beautiful lineup. I was able to share some of this with our local tourism officials, and they even they're gonna make a presentation tomorrow also. So I'm just excited. Good. This all came together. This has been a hell of a an accomplishment. I'm gonna say that. So I'm excited to see it all come together.
We are too. So thanks, Dr. Bryce. Thanks to Christopher for hooking us all up. And we'll hear Dr. Bryce Miller tomorrow night during Niagara's online Summer Mardi Gras. So we're looking forward to that. And we're going to hear some more of Christopher and Ryan if they so desire. Yeah.
For sure. In honor of Dr. Miller's backyard,
yes,
we'll play a tune from Jamaica. It's written by one of the island's great trombone players, Mr. Don Drummond. And it's also a kind of tip the band kind of tune because
perfect.
This one's called Occupation, or Music is My Occupation, by the great Don Drummond. Also going out to Juliet's background. Yeah. So we hope you enjoy Occupation. Remember, music is our occupation.
It
so if
is.
you can find it, a way to head to paypal.me/butchermusiccad. We're going to play a little bit of Occupation for you.
Excellent. Thank you. Bye, Dr. Bryce. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Miss Ryan.
Yeah.
You enjoy that, Juliet?
I did. Bonnie, can I bring you up front or no? Yes, she's saying yes. Bonnie's clapping all the time. You just don't see her. Yay! And it's just not Bonnie and I.
Guys are killing it. Killing it.
Absolutely. So
just
sweet.
The two of us. You know?
Just the two of us. Yeah. Do you have one more tune or?
Yeah, we could be convinced to play one more tune. I think. No, sorry, I got another gig I gotta get to right now.
Right.
On Frenchman, yeah, it's supposed to start at 7. So
you got time.
I'm kidding. We got one
time.
more tune for you, I think.
Okay.
I want to thank
Great.
everyone for tuning in, and remember to tune in the forthcoming days. So we got Bryce, we got Iker Mueller's Twisted Dixie tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we got Delfeayo Marsalis and the Uptown Jazz Orchestra on Sunday.
No, just late. They're the last act on Saturday, 10 p.m. our time, 9 p.m. your time.
Beautiful. You might even see me in that video. You might even see Mr. Ryan Hansler in that video, I think.
Cool.
So tune in for that. And, when Niagara's open, get out and, support these people for doing what they're doing. And, we're going to decide what we're going to wrap this up with.
Okay. We'll get out of your way.
Let's play my original.
Oh, okay.
No, throw those papers away. They don't do us any good. We're going to play an original of mine. And it was written for one of the greats of Cuban music. His name was Changuito Jose Luis Quintana. He spent a summer in Toronto, so we wrote this tune for him.
Yeah. Yadira posted a dancing lady. I agree. I was dancing away in the back.
Cool.
That's pretty amazing that just two of you can make us groove so hard.
Hey, it's mostly him.
It's pretty great. Pretty great. Thank you guys so much for a beautiful evening.
Thank you all so much. We hope you're just setting you up for your beautiful evening, because it doesn't have to end now. You know, you can.
Yeah.
You know, if you're having a drink, have a second. If you're hanging out with some friends at home, don't stop. And you know, or
Yeah.
enjoy. The night is young.
The night is young, and thanks for bringing the culture of New Orleans to us up here, up north in Canada.
You're very welcome, and thank you for doing what you do, Juliet.
Absolutely.
And we say in New Orleans, there's a saying, leave a little bit before you split.
Oh,
That's, you know, that's,
I like that saying.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed yourself, remember we got that paypal.me/butchermusicCAD.
Yes.
Honored
Bonnie's
to
going to
play
put it
for
up, I think. Bon's going to put it up, I think. And if not, I'll grab it. Because I know she had it going on. There we go. There we go.
It's,
Leave a little bit before you split. You know I'm so going to recycle that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's a good one, yeah. So we'll see you both tomorrow then as part of the Uptown Jazz Orchestra. Is that what I'm understanding?
You certainly will. As long
Fantastic.
as the piano camera was on at the session, you will.
Oh, that we like 17-piece band, right?
Yeah, it's at from up the street here at Esplanade Studios.
Yeah.
It was a full-on production. They had guys blowing smoke on the band. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they had cameras, up the wazoo. They had one of the great jazz engineers of all time, Patrick Smith, was actually behind the board from New Jersey.
We are very spoiled.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. So
Wow.
You'll enjoy.
Yeah, we absolutely will. I hope that you guys will get a chance to tune in. I mean, we're on from your time, 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. So lots of wiggle room in there. And I know this is the start of a big relationship. So thank you, Chris Butcher, for setting this all up for us, because this is really, really magical,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Ryan, your piano playing, it's off the charts. I live with a piano player, and he's just like, I'm going to retire now. So there you go. Yeah, off the charts. So looking forward to having you both up here and coming to see you, of course, in the Crescent City. So I'll see you backstage in a couple minutes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. So once again, Christopher Butcher and Ryan Hansler live from the Crescent City, New Orleans. The tip link's been up, and you can always find it as well. You can go to these live streams after the fact. Facebook, YouTube /Jazz Niagara. Thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow's a very big day for us. So 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern Daylight Time. That's what we are. Eastern Daylight Time in New Orleans. That's 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. We're going to start out with a virtual parade in Port Dalhousie here in Niagara. Then we're going to go to a parade in New Orleans. Then we're going to come back to a parade in Port Weller. That parade's going to come right onto our stage at a secret location. We're not allowed to have an audience because we're in phase 2. That's okay. We're only allowed 10 people on deck. So we'll have one band at a time. The other bands are going to be 3 doors down at our neighbors. So we're keeping it all legit. And then it'll be Peter, myself, and my sister Kim. And we've got our sound and video crew. So that's it. We're all legit, 10 people on site. but we're live streaming out to the world. So here we've got Red Hot Ramble, the Dragon Ritual Drummers. We've got the Big Smoke Brass Band. We've got the Vaudevillian, who will be streaming in from New Orleans. Twisted Dixie, the Uptown Jazz Orchestra, and the Panorama Brass Band. So it's just going to be a very fun and busy time. We have 3 cocktail demos with Christopher Smith. He's going to teach you how to make a hurricane, teach you how to make a brandy milk punch, I believe it's called, and a whiskey rosemary lemonade. So those recipes are on our website. There's also recipes for you to make with Pamela Pierre Brown and also with Comfort Kitchen. They've got some great recipes up on our website, so you can go out and get your ingredients in the morning, cook along, make your cocktails. Or if you don't want to cook, you don't want to make your own cocktails, you can go to, if you're local, Grantham House, and you can get takeout, and your cocktails come with the takeout. You get the hurricane and the whiskey lemonade. If you can't tell already, I'm pretty darn excited. Probably won't sleep a lot tonight, but that's okay. It's going to be a great day. It's all safe. We're all doing it at home. And as Pamela Pierre Brown from New Orleans said, you know, she said in New Orleans, it's all about community and celebrating the second line parades. It's all about celebrating within your community. So that's what we're doing as well. You can celebrate in your front yard, in your backyard, on your deck, on your roof, if it's safe, and with your neighbors. And that's what we're going to do too. So I've spoken enough. Let me play some videos on the way out. Next Friday, we're going to keep it going after Mardi Gras, of course. So next Friday we have Rob Fiquette, and I know that Bonnie put his promo video in here. So let's see a little bit about him.
Hi everyone, I'm Rob Fiquette. I'm a jazz pianist from the Hamilton area, and I'm looking forward to playing some solo jazz piano for your listening pleasure on July 24th at 7 p.m. as part of the TD Niagara Jazz Festival streaming series. See you then. Ciao.
Oh yeah, we got some great talent right here in Ontario. Rob is in Hamilton, so that's next Friday. And so after Mardi Gras, we're moving from Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, to 2 p.m. on Sundays, and we're bringing in world music artists. So do go to our website for more info, NiagaraJazzFestival.com. And of course, tomorrow, look who we got.
Delfeayo Marsalis. I'm here with the Uptown Jazz Orchestra in New Orleans. We're looking forward to hitting that Niagara Jazz Festival July 18th. We will see you there. In fact, I think I hear the trumpets calling. What y'all got?
Oh yeah, please do tune in. So they'll be playing at 10 p.m. tomorrow night to close out our Niagara's online Summer Mardi Gras. One last thanks to our sponsor, Mike Sullivan of Sullivan Planning. And we learned this evening that Mike is a part of InstaChoir. So hoping not to get into trouble, I'm going to share my screen. You've got to see this performance that InstaChoir did of O Canada, obviously on July 1st. So let me just try and share my screen. Should be good. And after that, I will say peace out, and we'll see you tomorrow. So here's our national anthem, done COVID style.
Ooh. and the maples bloom.
Great prairies spread, and lordly rivers flow.
How dear to us thy broad domain, from east to western sea.
Thou land of hope for all who toil, thou true north, strong and free.
God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot loving, all of us command. Carton bras imported et payeur, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee, for thee.
Wow. And that, once again, was Jordan Travis leading Instachoir. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for Niagara's online Summer Mardi Gras. Stay safe, have a great night, and thanks for joining us.